You guys wanted the bass drop then, didn't you? Didn't get it. Hello, everyone. I figured I'd do a little bit of a stream today. It's going to be one of those streams in which I'm going to do a little bit of a video recording because I might as well. I'm quite liking doing more video-y things. I admit I went more streamwards when I was doing a stream every single day until we lost a game, and then we lost a game. Don't think we deserved to lose a game, but it happens. So I figured let's get back to doing recorded things, and let's record some things on stream as well, because I quite enjoy that. It seems like you guys quite enjoy that. And then I'll do a standard gamey stream a little bit later on today, I think. But there is some potentially big Leedsy news that I would argue probably need to take with a very, very big truckload of salt. I'm going to make you completely aware of that to begin with. This is very much one of those things that it feels like a rumor that has existed somewhere, and we've kind of been told, no, but yeah, guys, this is going to happen. And it feels like the answer is probably not, or at least it could happen, and I think is worth sort of discussing. But I'm going to have that disclaimer in the video bit as well. Good afternoon, Wayne. How's things going? I'm hoping things are going very, very well. I've just noticed I accidentally clicked on the StreamYard thing, which always exists right at the top of the stream, which I'm very surprised that it's the first time I've accidentally clicked that. Well done, mate. What up, baby zebragins? Sorry, what? There we go. But yeah, let's hop on into it, shall we? The general discussion is the fact that there's been a little bit of a transfer rumor emerging. I'm going to discuss why it's potentially bollocks, but why it's kind of important. Watching from New Zealand and only get short highlights, did Ramazani play as well all game? Ramazani played fairly well, I'd say. I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't drop him, is definitely the sort of category that I would put him into, because I think he played well enough to stay in the side. But it's a situation in which he should sort of maybe have finished one more of his chances. A late streamer of mine, preferably. Yeah, I mean, the idea is not to stream at the same time. The idea is to do something FIFA-shaped, because I think that could be quite fun. But I'm going to get into the newsy bit now, the recording-y bit. So I will start it at 3 minutes 30. And then I will end it whenever the hell it ends. Do I do a questions corner? I'm going to do a questions corner. I think that would be quite nice. Or I will accidentally make the banners thing go away. We'll do questions corner. That'd be quite nice. Cool. Going to do the recordy bit in a minute. Just like to thank whoever gave me a membership. I've lost my job, so that was very kind of you. Hope you get back on your feet soon, Richard. And good afternoon, Ricky. Anyway, into it. I forgot to click on the banner then. That was smooth. But you know what? I'm going to start the recording then anyway. Hope that put... Oh, it's been a long day already. I've just spent the last hour trying to work out shifts for the weekend. I'm going to start it on 4 minutes. Sod it. It's getting on top of me. Anyway, cool. It has been far too long without a very, very silly Leeds United transfer rumour. Because what tends to happen is the transfer window ends, and then everyone just sort of does reviewy things of the window and like, why didn't we sign this person? And all that sort of stuff. But now we have one. A Leeds United transfer rumour has returned. Although I would say we take it with a truckload of salt. Salt that, in my opinion, I would spit out. Thank you, Andy. Because of the source of the rumor and the shape of the rumor. The idea of this video is more to talk about sort of the ideas behind it rather than the rumor itself, because I don't know if there is anything more structural behind it, but we'll get into that in a minute. But the Whites look tipped to make an 8-figure move. The general disclaimer is this has come from some vibey, Spursy conversations, which I'll get into in a minute. But that means don't pay too much attention to it. It's not necessarily going to happen, but I think it could signal a big part of our transfer strategy next season. So it vaguely goes on about Manor Solomon's future. Manor Solomon has been discussed by many a Tottenham content creator and various websites and journalists and stuff like that as someone that is a very, very good footballer, clearly incredibly talented. But, and there's always that but, Spurs fans seem to view him as someone that is potentially not going to be right for them for the long term. looking at their recent signings, they've got Brennan Johnson in, they've got Heung-min Son on the other flank, they've got Dominic Solanke in, they've got Kulusevski still, and the amount of talent that they have in their side, a lot of people are saying Manor Solomon probably isn't top 6 Champions League sort of quality anymore, or at least right now, and that's what Tottenham need. Which means that this conversation around Manor Solomon's future is going on, and the general discussion that has been had is if he has a good season at Leeds United this year and we go up, there's a very, very strong chance that Leeds could look at signing him for approximately £10 million. Now, as I said, big pinch of salt. This isn't seemingly based on anything from within the club or significantly wider, but it's more of a case of discussion of how very likely it looks like it could be, like we did with Jack Harrison, and what it means for our strategy going forward. So in terms of how likely it could be, we first need to talk about Spurs' financial position. Spurs, over the last few years, have made vast losses on PSR, profit and sustainability regulations. We got there in the end, because they missed out on the biggest of the European football, which means they missed out on the biggest of the potential revenue, which means that they were in a little bit of trouble, which means that they weren't taking in as much money as they would have expected, because also they didn't sell many players. Looking at last year's transfer window, for example, the previous summer, they spent £78.5 million more than they managed to recoup through transfer fees. This includes on Archie Gray, and I'm going to try and bring up the numbers if I've kept that tab open. If I've not kept that tab open, I'm going to feel a proper tit. Okay, the tab's here. We're good. So they brought in Dominic Solanke for, and this is in euros, sorry about that, 64 million euros. Archie Gray, 41.25 million euros. Wilson Odobert from Burnley for about 30. Bergvall for about 10. Min Hyuk Yang for 4. And that's a lot of business to be doing. It totals out at about 150 million euros. And in terms of money they got in, they sold Skip for 23 million, Emerson for 15, Rodon to us for 12 million euros, and then Lo Celso for 5 million euros to Real Betis. That's not perfect for them, to be completely honest, which means that they need a lot of money coming in next summer. So they need to sell players. And if it looks like Manor Solomon isn't going to be in their first lineup, then I can see him potentially being someone that they move on, especially considering they signed Wilson Odobert, who is someone that can play in those wide positions like Manor Solomon. But thankfully, at Leeds United right now, I would say we are in a big, big position of strength. Because looking at it at the minute, we've just got him on loan. We are not obligated to sign him if we don't go up. As has been mentioned time and time again, including in these comments, he is injury prone. He has Jed Spence vibes or stuff like that. That's okay. Because if he does prove this season to be injury prone, we are in a position of power here, where we don't need to sign him. We are not tied to him through some form of clause to buy him permanently. No, we are completely, in theory, free. That was smooth. After the end of this season. Because it's only on a loan at the minute that we can turn into a permanent purchase. We're in a position of power. And if we go up and Manor Solomon has played incredibly well for us and has stayed fit for the most part, fantastic. Brilliant. Excellent. Because at the moment, his injury isn't related to his knee injury that he had previously. It's not in the knee, as far as I'm aware. So he might not turn out to be injury prone, but if he does, that's okay. We can deal with that. It's completely fine. I think we're in a very comfortable position where we can buy him or we can not buy him. And I think this is demonstrative of the position that the 49ers want to be in going into next summer, where we are able to more effectively plan for the future. So, going into it going forwards, what we dealt with last summer, the summer before, was we were in positions where we weren't really comfortable, where we couldn't make decisions of our own. So, for example, the Weston McKennie deal that we had, if we would have stayed up, we would have had to buy him for 35 million euros. That's a position where we've put ourselves in a spot where we can't make that choice, because we knew that Weston McKennie was not very good for us at all. And if we would have landed up paying that fee for him, that would have been horrible. So we're managing to get into a position where we don't have those decisions made for us ahead of time. where we can plan, where we can make the choices rather than having them made for us by selling clubs. Because at the end of the day, if you are a football club at the moment, what you ultimately need to do is position yourself where you make your own choices. Look at Brighton right now. They're in a spot where they have been able to pluck out the best of the Championship. João Pedro, for example. Jorginho Rutter, as another example. Basically, because the other clubs don't have a choice. Because they are in the Championship, or there are release clauses. And they're able to pluck quality players from their clubs without dealing with any problems at all, because they're in a position of control. And when it comes to selling players as well, they've been really intelligent with that. If there are release clauses, they're obscenely high, which means they're in a very good negotiating position. As you've seen with the amount of times they've been able to sell players to Chelsea for hilarious sums of money. I'm going to hop over to Brighton's page on Transfermarkt, and it might take me a minute or so because Transfermarkt is never the most responsive of websites. So this could take me a second or two. But you've got to consider the amount of players that have left Brighton for huge sums of money. So let's have a look at all transfers for them. Sold Moise Caicedo for 116 million euros, Alexis McAllister for 42 million euros, Robert Sanchez for 23. Season before that, Marc Cucurella for 65, Bissouma for 30-ish, Trossard for 24. All of these players have been profitable for them because they have put themselves in the position where they are able to say, we're okay. We're fine. We don't need to sell to you if we don't want to. That's where we need to be, and that's where I think this season's transfer strategy is ultimately going to put us if we decide to commit to it. Because not having those tight and tough clauses that mean we have to sell or we have to buy gives us financial flexibility and lets us plan better for the future. And hopefully, that'll give us a better plan of staying up once we have gone up. That's the dream anyway. And at the end of the day, as always, that's just what I think. So, as always, I'm going to ask, what do you think? What do you think is going to be Leeds United's transfer strategy going forwards? Do you think that this is an intelligent way to go, or are we making some mistakes here? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe. You can even become a channel member. It is 99p for a month, and you get videos like this one early if you didn't watch the live stream, obviously. This will be releasing at like 5 p.m, I think. I don't know. I'll find out. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. Unless you're in the live stream. Stick around if you're in the live stream. It's great. Anyway. And we are also going to, for live stream folks, head over to Questions Corner. Have a little bit of a chat. Sorry, I didn't check the chat too much when I was doing the video-y bit, because I don't hugely like to, because it feels a bit like kind of want to put my attention into the people that are watching at that point, and now I can give you guys all of the attention, which I think is nice. I think it's good. It's a good balance. And people that are watching on the video don't particularly like when I talk to the chat, so I'm going to tend to not do that when I'm doing recordings, but that's okay. Let's have a look through what has been mentioned thus far. I think he would be a very good squad player, to be completely honest with you. I think he'd be a decent squad player at Spurs, but fine. Also, yeah, pop a like on the stream if you've not yet. That'd be really appreciated. Thank you very much, Ricky. Is Rutter purring like a cat at Brighton? I assume he's speaking like a Frenchman, so it'd be more Je suis Jorginho Rutter. Je kick le ball into the goal and je score le but. Because apparently in French, goal is but, and it's great. I really love it because like everyone when they're playing football in France is looking for but, and it's like, heh, nice. Anyway, how is Georgie doing over there? I know he's played a bit, but then again, if you are at Brighton and you're part of the front four, you're going to struggle for minutes because they've got so many fucking players. It's insane the amount of forward players that they have. Let's have a look. So far, I've made 4 appearances, 2 starts. Which starts? Let's have a look. We'll find out. Early days don't commit. Remember, not sure his name was JFK Augustin. That's a slightly different thing that you're looking at. Yeah, it's Manor Solomon, but it's a very much unconfirmed to be a thing. More of a, if things go in the right direction, it's looking like it's something that we could do, which I think would be very sensible of us, to be completely honest with you. Hope we get Hamer. I think it's tough to get Hamer, I'll be completely honest with you. Purely because, one, Sheffield United, two, if we get promoted, is Hamer the guy that we really want to be looking at still? Or do we want to be looking a little bit higher? It depends on this season, to be completely honest with you. Be a risk, but not massive money, and if he gets back to his best, it'd be a steal. Yeah, that's the sort of spot that I'm in. And we know that doing real good in the Championship can convert to doing real good in the Premier League, as happened in the first Bielsa season. In the Premier League, that is. But yeah, let's have a quick look at Riddell's numbers. He started the last two against Forest and Ipswich. Decent amount of touches, decent number of shot-creating actions, actually. So it looks like he's doing what he was doing last season, just creating everything consistently. But if I look at the Brighton squad at the minute, the amount of talent they've got at the top of the pitch is nuts. Like Danny Welbeck, Evan Ferguson, Matoma, Minte, Ruter, Adingra, Pedro, and Ciso. It's bonkers. And then behind them, at wing-back, they've got Tariq Lamptey, who's not played for a while. Because they don't need to play someone like Tariq Lamptey. Which is very confusing. Did Lamptey end up moving? Why do I feel like Lamptey made a move in the window? No, he's still at Brighton. He's just not playing. That's how much quality Brighton have at the minute, and that's because they did the clever thing, took control of their own business, and just sort of moved in the right direction. Still need a proper 10 and goalkeeper, other than that, quite happy. The thing with the goalkeeper thing is I don't think, and this isn't to do with fans this time, this is to do with how goalkeeping works. I don't think there's a world in which anyone is happy with any goalkeeper after an extended period of time. Because when a goalkeeper lets in a goal, people lose their head. As they're allowed to, like, sure. But do we need to? Because looking back over the season so far, we've conceded 4 times. And since the first match of the season, we've conceded once. Once. I think we're all right, to be honest, if we're talking January. If we're talking, yeah, I think, good point on this one. Kelleher from Liverpool will be who I go for if we get promoted. Because I think Kelleher is a very, very good goalkeeper who is just sort of trapped at Liverpool at the minute and will be a case of, okay, let's move forwards now. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the goalkeeping stats. Elon Millier. Let's have a look at his numbers. Good afternoon, Carol. There's too many synonyms in football terms for average fans to decipher. How do you mean synonyms? Like synonyms for what? Which words are we synonymizing? Is synonymizing a word? I feel like I should know whether or not synonymizing is a word. But I don't. Hello, Sean. How's it going? What manager would you take if we sacked Farke in the Premier League? I don't know. I don't think that that's a conversation that we need to be having when we are A, not in the Premier League, B, doing fine. We cool. Plus, a year from now, even if we are having a stinker in the Premier League, we don't know who's going to be available. You just want to say the word David Moyes. That's it. That's it. You just want to say David Moyes. and that's fine. It's wrong, but it's fine. Right, let's have a look. Right. Oh, I'm gonna have to do maths. Okay, yeah. So, last 5 games combined, the sort of post-shot XG stuff. Oh, that's not synonyms. What's the word? That's initialisms, I think, or initializations, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, having a look at it, I'm going to explain this one in more detail. Post-shot XG is something that describes the quality of a chance after the player has kicked the ball. So, for example, Ramazani's XG on the chance that he didn't score was 0.4. From that position, 40% of the time, that ball's going in the back of the net. After he took the shot, plummeted to like 0.2. Acronyms. Is it? I think, if I remember right, it counts as an acronym if it makes a word like Shield from Marvel. Anyway, whereas post-shot XG calculates the probability after the shot's been kicked. That's how you judge if a goalkeeper is good. Last 5 matches, Meslier has conceded about 2 post-shot XG against him, and has conceded once. That ain't bad at all. Of the past 10 shots against him, he's conceded 1, and that was in the corner. It was against Burnley, and he was unsighted by Bogle. It's fine. We don't need to look at replacing players in the defensive structure when we've conceded once in the last 5 matches. We're okay. Maybe for the Premier League, but not now. What's this next transfer move? It looks as if, basically, this is a whole amalgamation of half sources and stuff like that. It's very much truckload of salt. But if Solomon does especially well for us this season, a combination of the fact that we would be looking to recruit players with the fact that Spurs' financial situation is not good, means that we would, in theory, be in position to sign, what is his name? Manor Solomon. There we go. And the annoying thing is, I prepared a banner for that as well, because I was like, this is a really good pun. Good manners. Because if he does well, we'll want to sign him. And then I forgot to put that banner up at any point. But it's here now, and we can all enjoy the pun. Happy with the manager. Had a difficult start last season. Done enough to get up. It was an unusual season. It was a very unusual season. Hugely. And I think for a first season, that's good. That's fine. Look, long-term things happen. Fourth. Yeah, I think an acronym is a thing that you can pronounce rather than like a PSR or an XG. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter too much. Meslier did well last match and made a good save, which could have changed the game. Give him credit when he deserves it. All we want is consistency. Fine for me. Yeah. And yeah, he made a mistake against Portsmouth, but looking at the other goals against Portsmouth, one of them was a penalty given away by Jayden Bogle. One of them was an absolute screamer that no goalkeeper's going to get anywhere near. It's all right. It's fine. It's all good. Don't worry. We're cool. This, basically. 6 days in, Preston looked unstoppable last time out. But it's fine. We're good. We're cool. We're happy. We're vibing. Yeah. Potter's an interesting one. Stats-wise, isn't actually as great as people think, as English text makes him appeal to people more than if he was foreign with the same stats. I think the appeal with Graham Potter is he's someone that's previously built a project similar to the one that we'd be working on. So his stats might not look great, but a lot of that comes from the fact that he was, in those moments, building that Brighton side. And then once the Brighton side was built, wonderful. In the perfect spot. And he got more results. And that's how he got the Chelsea job. Issue with the Chelsea job is that Todd Bowley's a moron. Well, not just Todd Bowley, the other guy that I can never remember the name of. And that squad was just completely destructured like that. There was just no shape to it. No one knew where they were. No one even fit in the dressing room. And that was still on good manners. And that led to problems. I think he's a good manager for a long-term project. But at the same time, I think there's potential for that in Daniel Farke as well. He just didn't really get it at any of the jobs he's had previously. So if I'm just going to go to Daniel Farke career, I'm going to have a look at his time at Norwich. When were his promotion seasons? I can't remember. That'd be the 18-19 season, right? So really, I want to see Norwich in 1920 to see what their promotion transfers look like, because that's what we're going to be paying attention to. Because I think the issue with Daniel Farke at Norwich long term was he didn't get the players that he needed to have. And that's a pretty big problem if you're in the Premier League. So transfers and rumours, all transfers. He did well at Brighton. No, he did not have Bielsa's number. I'm very confused. Initialism is what we're looking for instead of acronym. Had to Google it as it was annoying me. Yeah, that's fair enough. Thank you for the Googling. Got a good answer. Right, let's have a scroll. Scrolly. So they went up in 18-19. 19-20 was the season that they went down again. Going into the 2019-20 season, their signings were Sam McCallum for €4 million, Ralph Farman on loan for €3 million, Sam Byram for 830k, Lucas Rupp, Daniel, is that Adshead or Adsheed? I don't know. Josip Dermic, Ibrahim Amadou, Andre Duda. It's not good. Patrick Roberts on loan. Absolutely unbacked. Unsurprising they went down that next season. Completely unsurprising. The next season, still didn't invest. They sold Ben Godfrey for €27 million and Jamal Lewis for 16, and brought in Jordan Hugill, Placheta, Ben Gibson, Kieran Dowell, Jacob Sorensen, Bali Mumba from Sunderland's under-23s, and Demetrios Giannoulis with Skip on loan. That's not good either. And the season after that is the one where everyone's like, yeah, but in 21-22, they went down again, and Daniel Farke got the players that he needed. Did he? Really? Christos Solis for €11 million was their most expensive signing that season. Rashika, Josh Sargent, Ben Gibson, Giannoulis, Angus Gunn, Pierre-Lise Melou, Ozan Kabak, Brandon Williams on loan, Billy Gilmore on loan. That's a lot of people, sure. Plenty of players. They weren't good. And that doesn't scream having the investment that you need to me. What that screams to me is a club that thought they could spend just enough to not get relegated. And it didn't work in the slightest. Compare that to our first season back up, which is going to take a moment to find. Because, again, I have a deep-seated hatred for the fact that Transfermarkt has all the data, but is just unnavigable. Nuts. Why do you hate Clipchamp? What's it doing this time? Eve, you're too smart for most of the people here. I would advertise her channel right now. However, it's on track to do significantly better than me within 2 weeks. So I think I might need shout-outs on that one, to be honest. But yeah, like compare what happened at Norwich in the Premier League to what happened to us this season, we signed Rodon for more than their biggest signing in that year. Andra Mazzani, Bogle, Tanaka, Schmidt, Cairns, Rothwell, Solomon. I'd argue that we had potentially a better window in the Championship than Norwich did that season in the Premier League. Which is why I think back him will be okay. Like look at our window the first season we went up into the Premier League. We got Rodrigo. Llorente didn't prove to be good long term, but kept us up. Rafinha, Helder Costa, which ended up not being used. Robin Koch, Ilon Melier. A good set of players. And it kept us up. And it was great. And I loved it. And it was the issues with the next season where we didn't support enough that was the problem. But it's fine. Basically, we'll be right. And I feel like conversations about someone not doing well in this situation before, it's a different situation. Different context. That's what we need to be paying attention to, I think. When did that video get to 6.2 thousand views? Jesus. I kind of want to know what your watch hours are looking like at the minute. Yeah. Oh, also, I don't know if you've replied to me yet, Evie, on the thumbnail-y thing, but I can do that for whenever. I don't know when your next video is coming out, but I know it's today at some point. But yeah, I think there's a fundamental difference, and I think signing Solomon on a permanent next summer would probably be a good move to sort of emulate what happened with Jack Harrison last year. Because, not last year, but what happened with Jack Harrison. What is my hair doing? I hate it. Fuck it, it'll do. No, it won't. Madness. But it'll emulate what happened with our good buddy Jackie Haradona, who we now think is a bit of a twat. Last time we got promoted, and he was decent for us. The number of people are like, well, yeah, Harrison was He scored our first goal back in the Premier League. I ain't going to be mad about that. Created plenty of chances, scored some absolute screamers. I think was underrated by us a little bit. But, oh well. We do that. We do that a lot. Just wish he hadn't been a bastard. Midstream hair meltdown, I feel your pain. Yeah, but you've got more hair. You've got more of an excuse. Unless you don't, and it's all been a very elaborate wig for an extended period of time. And our last goal was got by Harrison. Yeah, he rounded out that entire segment. And thank you for mentioning that to me before, because otherwise I wouldn't have remembered the scoring the first one numbers. Because it's, I think it was you saying that he scored our first and last goals in the Premier League that made me think, oh yeah, he did score our first in the Premier League, which is why we are here now. Sorry, I'm currently on Jack Harrison's FB ref page, just looking at Everton's results, and it's just loss, 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 loss. Draw with Leicester, which was probably the best result because that's funny. Sorry, just replying. Cool. And yeah. Also, players similar to Jack Harrison reportedly includes Mason Greenwood. No further comment. That isn't an allegation or anything. Was doing a joke. Don't sue me. I was wash and go and my hair went. I mean, you followed the instructions. I don't see what we're complaining about there. That's pretty standard. That's the norm, you know. Dear. But I've completely forgotten where I was going with that. Other than the various transfer strategy bits and bobs. Because I think that we'll be fine, I think. Whether we sign him, whether we don't, we'll make the right decision at that time. Because I feel like the amount of money that we would pay for him isn't going to be excessive. And I think if it looked like it was going to be excessive, we wouldn't pay it. One sec. Cool. Please don't sue me. I could do without being sued. Who's sue? Other than a crap celebration by someone that I think is a very mildly overrated striker, who admittedly has scored lots and lots of goals, but I don't think is anywhere near being the best to ever do it, like a lot of people like to pretend. One minute, just checking something. Cool. We're American, we don't sue people willy-nilly. I mean, it depends on the people. Cool. But we are run by Americans. I mean, are we? Well, run by American, singular, and Angus Kinnear, English, and Greta Steinson, Danish or Norwegian or Swedish? I know it's not Finnish. Motherfucker, he's Icelandic. That feels silly. And the other one, but I can't remember the name of the other one, so that's fine. So I'm considering bringing the stream to a close in a minute. I don't know why I've gone a little bit Scottish there, but we're going to commit to it for a moment. But do we fancy doing a quick game of something that I've not done on stream before? Maybe. Do we fancy a cheeky bit of a game? And I promise, given the games in question, I'm not doing Hoodle on stream, because Hoodle is just a case of me staring at a screenshot from an episode of Doctor Who from a decade ago, eventually going, oh, and typing in an episode name. Not worth it. Oh, you guys are no fun. Oh, you guys have more fun. I've had 4 votes since 50-50. And they'll be nice and vibesy and fun. The GeoGuessr, by the way, would be a English football stadium's GeoGuessr, so I think that could be fun. Please do a multi-accent stream one time, and each of your banner points you have to do in a different accent. Why would no? Oh God! I mean, if you can make suggestions, then go for it. But it's not something that I'm just going to dive headfirst into because I don't want to accidentally do a hate crime. Did pretty good at dates for the one we did the other day. I mean, to be fair, yeah, you weren't too bad at Timeguesser. It's fine. But at this point, we can consider this the equivalent of doing late night leads, because late night leads is more vibesy and fun and just chilling if you don't fancy being here for a bit. then don't fancy being here for a bit. That's okay. That's fine by me. But it'd be nice to hang out. I don't got an Alan Partridge. I'll be honest. I have not watched enough of Alan Partridge to have an Alan Partridge, which I think is a good thing. I think if you are constantly told that you look like someone and then you watch all of their stuff, that speaks to a bit of a complex, and that's a complex that I don't have, which I think is a healthy place to be. Right, let's pop that over there, pop that over there. Fantastic. I'm going to end the poll there so no one can ruin it. Ha! I do not think I have a very good Daniel Farke. That is the problem, yeah. It is like a soft German, like coffee cake on the sofa. But I don't have a very good Daniel Farke. Timeguesser. Still had this on my stream. It's not a very good vampire. It's like, hold on. One. You have to do the count from Sesame Street, but also make it a little bit more fun and upbeat. Because when people do vampire, they do Dracula, but it is a little bit too much. You have to go soft, like Russian, but rolling your R's a little bit more. Here we thought we were in a democracy, and now you are taking away free speech with your polls. What gave you the impression that this was a democracy? And I did do a poll. I just decided to end it at a very, very specific time. We are a democracy. I mean, I unionized the chat. That doesn't make it a democracy. You know what happened in the Soviet Union? They unionized, and then Stalin happened. What the piss? Okay, so very clearly, a volcano. Sounds Welsh. That hurts. That genuinely stings. That's a really good picture of a volcano, by the way. Passage al Canalillo, which tells me Mexico? Because there's no English signs. Or at least South America. When was the last... Try speaking English like the Greeks. Absolutely not. I'm not going near any of them that I don't already have some idea of. Feels mid-2000s. Does it? Because this image feels a bit smartphone. And that ain't an old car. It's like 2017. Somewhere in Mexico. Tenerife. Are we sure? I'm not sure on Tenerife. I can follow your direction, but right, is Tenerife one of these boys, or is it one of the Canaries? Ibiza, Mallorca, Menorca, Tenerife. That is a big boy. That is a big booming boy. But we're not at the big booming boy. No euro signs. Sorry. We'll go Mexico. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. Fine. Oh my god, it's chilly. I was never getting that. The year was good, but I was never getting that. Right. Is anyone on a phone? Because if no one is on a phone, we can put it pre-2008. That's not a phone, that's a camera. That helps. Do we want to call it Oxford flavoured or Cambridge flavoured? Getting chilly here in Germany. Hey! Very nice. It's firmly Oxbridge feeling. I'm going to go like 2005. Yeah, why not? 1987. Maybe not. I thought you were asking the chat. I was about to say yes. I'm on a phone. I can't believe you're not just. Why not like background tab whilst you work? The aftermath of the Titanic. Jesus. We'll go Cambridge so we don't have to think too hard anymore. 2017. What? But no. Oh, I'm so confused. Right, is that a camera or is that a phone? That's a phone. That's definitely a phone. So let's put it 2012. Because this kind of phone case feels 2012. Question is, where are we? To err is human, to R is pirate. That's a nice shirt. Fair play to him. Does anyone know what the place is that does the Christmas hat swim in the sea? I want to say it's like Brighton or something like that. Looks like Skegness. It's not too sad enough to be Skegness. I think Brighton's a shout, you know. We'll go. Needs to be beachy. So we'll just click somewhere here. That'll do. Oh, it's the Isle of Wight. Boxing Day swim. 2018. Really? Shit. Sand with pebble, I'd say. It was like a shale beach. I'd go. Swedish. Old. If it's in Sweden, you got to say probably Stockholm. Interestingly, that's where the Incredibles character Syndrome came from. 30s? What was the student boat answer? It was 2017 in Cambridge. Which is weird because the phoneless thing and it looked a bit weird, but okay. Sailors' outfits makes me want to go pre-war. I'm going to Stockholm because this is Swedish. Unless they're doing it to go like, Miss Universe, she's Swedish. And they're saying it in Swedish to be twee. But that could cause problems. So I'm just going to say 1933 Sweden. 55. But to be fair, it's in Stockholm. I'll take that as a win. Oh, hello. Right. I'm going to pull out some nerd. 90% sure this guy's American, especially being English language. Non-Japanese architecture tells me that it's in Europe, so it's post D-Day, so I want to go 1945. Question is, what's the city? I like the idea of Cologne 45. Was Paris retaken in 44? That's the only thing that throws me. I got Cologne. Cologne. Yeah, because Cologne would have been taken by American forces. But we're going to be very, very specific here. Slinging a few of them. Oh, little flex. This is why I don't like Apple Maps, because it's taking forever to load. Come on, come on. I just want to see what the middle of Cologne looks like. Just show me a cathedral. Oh my god, I've just realised this is the cheesiest picture we've looked at. Because it's a cathedral city. That was awful. I'm so sorry. This would screw me over so bad. But I think it'd be a dick move of them to... Sorry, I'll just go there. It's fine. 45. Cologne. Yeah. Jesus, your cunts. I do not... Oh, well done. That was a really good pick. I think I got screwed over mostly by Year of Sweden, Chile being the volcano. Well, I should have thought that because Chile's got tons of mountains. GeoGuessr football stadiums, UK. Why not? I could do world stadiums. One second. I apparently need to subscribe to GeoGuessr. Because apparently it's not free anymore. That's fine. Real good service. Got you watch it. Not fair. World stadiums. We'll do world stadiums. Why not? And then we will end the sentence before anything else. Yeah. Continue to start page. Oh, God. Right. World stadiums. This is all outdoor stadiums that take a 5K audience or more, including all sorts of sports like bull riding and cricket, active and abandoned. 5,009 locations. This sounds tough. This doesn't sound easy. But let's have a go. Oh, God. Oh, it's American. And it's not loading. That's unhelpful. Unless this is the best picture they have. Oh, hello. Right, okay, cool. Look that way, which is... Have I got a compass? South. Great. But it's southwest. Which puts us on the west coast? Because there's more land that way. It'll be in the US because of the brands. That's just a sponsor. All I've got is west coast of the US. Queensland. Really, Queensland? I don't feel Australia from this. I'm going LA or San Francisco. Maybe like a San Diego. It's a baseball stadium. That bit I got. It's a small town. I'll go. How far away is the sea? Next to us. Oh dear. Santa Cruz. Why not? Oh, it's a lake. That one hurt. That hurt. Please stop doing baseball stadiums. M&T Bank Stadium is, I don't know, it blue though. Is it Chicago? I think this could be Chicago. Where's the next water? Out there, bridges, cool. So be down here somewhere. River. Morgan Park Sports, and we'll go there. I'm sure it's Chicago. It's Baltimore. Can we have some football grounds, please? What the fuck is this? Oh, this is not helpful. Olympic Stadium in Beijing. Where's Beijing? Up here. Is it actually in the city, or is it? I'll just send Beijing. Why is there an Olympic Stadium in Chongqing? How's that happened? There were the Olympic rings and everything. This is the worst what? Prague. We're just doing football stadiums next. We're just doing football stadiums next. I cannot be bothered finding which Sparta Prague Stadium is. What do? Middle. Wrong bit of middle, but still middle. That'll do. Oh. It feels like Mexico. It's Brazil. It's Brazil. We're doing football stadiums next. Sod World Stadiums. That was bad. That hurt. European football stadiums. Hopefully we do better this time. Right. Chemnitz. You sound German. .de. Does anyone know where Chemnitz is? Does Chemnitz look big? No, Chemnitz looks quite small. I'm trying to think that tell me where we are in Germany. Northeast, southeast, easty, westy. It's fairly industrial, so I want to say the Ruhr Valley, maybe. France, Austria. It's got DEs, that's the issue. Could be the Saarland as well. Where is this bloody town? I know I'm going to run out of time. Anyone tells me I'm going to run out of time, I'm going to scream. I'm not going to scream. We're cool. Background music's so calming. I know. I hope it doesn't like get my stream killed, because I might steal this music long term. Also, no. Where's Chemnitz? Definitely puts us all to sleep. Ouch! Oh, is it there? No, it's on the east. Why not? Yeah. Grace. Oh, which team's Pauk? What's PAOK stand for? This would be so much easier if I let myself Google. I think they're in Athens. They're not in Athens, they're in Thessaloniki. Yeah, stupid bugger. Oh, this is unhelpful. No, it isn't. This might be a stupid question. Is Benfica a city? Or is it just a team? Like, Port Vale isn't actually a place. And if so, where are Benfica based? And greetings from Germany indeed. Could have been here when we were looking for Chemnitz. Are they in Porto? No, it's definitely Porto. 58 seconds. I'm going to say not in Porto. Lisbon. I did think Lisbon because there's a team beyond Sporting. Can't find a stadium. Oh, Estadio Spotless Barway Benfica. Which side are we on? Alright, where's the sun? Oh, brilliant. It's a bowl stadium, that's the problem. So on this side or this side? This one. Click. Oh, there we go. Just about. Right. I'm enjoying this. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having fun. Never mind. I have changed my thoughts. Tiger Balm, Joma, Williams Verandas, Belgium. Renovations. Oh, this could be anywhere in Belgium. Can't think of a Belgian side with branding like that. So I'm going to go into Belgium. I'm going to go Kortrijk. Not bad. That's Ostend. Really? I thought they had a bigger ground than that. Last one. Veritas. Isn't that the place in Switzerland? No, it's Dignitas. Never mind. The FI? It looks Finnish. Oh, that's not good. Finland big. Then again, people only live in the south. Okay, do we have an actual place, or am I just gonna... Right. Short term, I will guess there. But we don't have a name for a club or anything like that. The Volkswagen Centre in Turku. Please show me a football stadium somewhere. Come on. I don't want to go middle Turku because I don't think it's going to be there. Oh, I'm running out of time. No, 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 please. Looks like it could be a football place. Let's give me a nice green square, green square, green square, green square. Oh, it's the wrong green square. That's not bad. That's not bad. We take it. Anyway, I thought that'd be a fun way to end the stream. Play a little game or something. Have a nice chill. And I think I'm going to leave the stream there. So, hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Even be a channel member. It's 99p a month. The cheapest I could have made it. And you get a bunch of videos early, including the one that we recorded today. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Toodaloo. If I can end the stream. There we go. Bosh. Bosh.